Hey Raj, thanks a lot for joining us with Mortgage Scout on our YouTube channel. I just wanted to actually introduce Raj. He's a home inspector with Pillar to Post, and he's going to be actually talking to us about how to go through the process and what it actually entails when you're getting a home inspection done on your property. So just to start off with some of the questions that we had planned out for today, what exactly is a home inspection? If you can try to help out some of the first-time home buyers.
Yep. So a home inspection is just an objective view, a visual examination of, the physical structure and all the systems of a house. Just think of it as a medical checkup of, just a medical checkup. If I see a problem, a referral will be sent to for a specialist.
Nice. And that's usually what you're hoping doesn't happen, right? As long as everything's good, then you can actually just give them that report right then and there. And hopefully you don't have to go to those specialists that could, potentially delay the process and cost more and all that, right? So that's what you're kind of trying to get checked right up front.
Well, it's good to know what's in front of you before you get into it. So if you know there's an issue, why not know it now instead of later on when you move into the house?
For sure. And so what occurs during a home inspection exactly?
So expect an inspector to spend at least 2 hours in the house. The inspector will be inspecting the major components of the house, starting off with the property site, exterior, roofing system, attic, structural, electrical, plumbing, heating and cooling, and interior of a home. So there's a lot of things that the inspector is looking at and putting everything together to understand the history of the house. The inspector will be looking for health, fire, and safety issues in the home.
Nice. That's actually a really good overview of what should be looked at, because I've heard of a lot of stories where people walk into home inspections and it's taken them 15, 30 minutes, and it sounded a little too quick to pretty much encompass all those items, right?
Yeah, because sometimes depending on the size of the house or the age of the house, it can take up to an hour just to look at the exterior of the house. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's really good to know. Thanks a lot, Raj. And so in case of the inspection itself, what can be done to get the most out of the inspection?
So I always tell clients, show up to the inspection, let your inspector know your concerns. Be involved in the inspection. The inspector will be performing all kinds of tests and looking at all aspects of the home. By being involved in the inspection, it will help you understand your new home. This is the opportunity to ask questions as the inspector goes through every aspect of the home.
Definitely, and especially if they're first-time home buyers, that gives them an opportunity to get familiar with the different aspects of the home itself, right? And that's the perfect person to ask, a home inspector who actually knows homes inside out and who does it for a living.
Yeah.
Nice. And how exactly would I choose a professional home inspector?
Well, you got to make sure your home inspector is a full-time professional home inspector. He belongs to a professional home inspection organization like CAPI. The home inspector should be fully insured and should present the information in an objective and professional manner. In other words, interview your home inspector before you hire him.
Makes sense, honestly, because I think it's too easy to just take the easy way and just go with someone that a friend or someone else that you might not necessarily know exactly, or who they might not even know, referring you to someone that's might not be potentially qualified, right? So it's ask those questions up front just to know that what you are getting, what you're paying for, and they're taking a good look at the house so that you can protect yourself.
Exactly.
And so what details do you focus on that differentiate you from the competition when it comes to the home inspection?
So I believe the inspection should be broken up in 3 parts. I would say pre-inspection, the actual inspection, and post-inspection. So let's start off with a pre-inspection. So when I get an order, I call the client a day before to understand their concerns about the house. Also, at the day of the inspection, meet with the clients at the beginning of the inspection, assess their concerns, and explain the home inspection process. When we get into the home inspection, so part 2, during the inspection, I encourage clients to engage with the inspector and ask as many questions as they can. So be involved. Post-inspection. So during the inspection, just while being still on site, I present the inspection report and clarify anything that they didn't understand or any lingering concerns. So we need to have closure before we leave the project site. I also give you a binder full of information showing you the scope of work of what I used during the home inspection, information sheets, maintenance tips of your house, a home filing system, and a residential construction remodeling estimate brochure. So I will be handing you all this information to you at the end of the inspection with my contact information inside, letting you know I'm available for any questions.
Nice. And you know what? That's a lot more comprehensive than what I normally hear happens at the home inspection. So that's a really good, it's really good to know that you actually have this process of communicating with the clients up front and even afterwards, and keeping that relationship open so that they can feel comfortable coming back to you and asking you if there's any extra questions that they have, because it's not too ambiguous at that point, right?
Yeah, and you know what? A home inspection is not just about the house, it's about the client and their home. So it's the relationship with both. So you need to incorporate the clients within the home inspection.
For sure, definitely. And I think you really have a really good focus on that whole experience and making sure that the client actually knows what's happening, not just to inspect the home itself, but to make sure that the inspection is actually properly communicated to the clients themselves so that they understand what they're actually getting into. And that's perfect, actually. Well, thanks a lot, Raj.
That's the way it should be. You know, you need to full understanding, and there are inspection reports that are given to clients and just delivered to them a couple of days later, and the clients don't know exactly the verbiage and understand why it was written. So we need full closure at the site.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Raj. It was a pleasure. And honestly, this is definitely going to bring a lot of value for first-time home buyers and just anyone looking to get a home inspection done.
Well, thank you, Babu. You have a great
Take care.
day.
You too.